Again, make sure to fill out that survey at the bottom. And then daily, if you want to reply, you can. That way we know you're participating, but we can also see if you open the email from our analytics on that system. Topics covered: ethical business practices, protecting client information, obtaining informed consent, regulation brief, summary of benefits, tax attestations, qualifying income, state licensing and appointment status, MPN override update, special enrollment period, qualifying life events, DMIs, and SCP verification issues. Let's shift gears and talk about something that sits at the core of our professional. I am sorry, this is out of order. One moment. Let me stop my share. Because I was supposed to show you. For some reason, I have to refresh. And I do want to mention, because some people did join late, that this is being recorded and it will be placed in our all access. Okay, here we go. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, as part of Benavest Compliance Olympics, we will be making that donation to the Special Olympics at the end of the actual Olympics. So every day you're going to be getting those daily Benavest Compliance Olympic emails. We will see you opening the emails, watching the videos, your participation there. And then the more participation, the more donations that Benavest will be making to the Special Olympics. We did post the form. If it's in the chat, if everyone wants to fill it out, if you have not already, that will be helpful. Now let's talk about what ethical excellence actually looks like in action. These are your gold medal moves. First, keep clear, accurate records. If it's not documented, it didn't happen. Clean files protect you and your client. Second, stay current on regulation and best practices. Compliance is not optional. It's professional discipline. Third, disclose conflicts of interest up front. If there's anything that could influence your recommendation, your client deserves to know. Fourth, communicate clearly and promptly. Clients should never feel confused about their coverage or ignored when they need help. First, you're going to make sure you get consent from your clients that you are helping them, and make sure that is the person that you are helping. Verify who they are. Second, make sure that you are licensed and contracted, appointed to sell that carrier's products. Third, you need to disclose what you are making to the client, the commission information. We have that listed on Insure University, so you can pull that up. And fourth, make sure you're communicating clearly, going over the plan with the client. Let's shift gears and talk about something that sits at the core of our profession: client data. Client data is valuable, and because it's valuable, it must be handled with care, precision, and strong security habits every single day. This isn't just about IT policies, it's about trust. When a client shares their personal and health information with you, they're trusting you to protect it like it's your own. That responsibility doesn't turn off at 5 p.m., and we know that while working during open enrollment long hours. It applies to every email, every system login, every saved document. HIPAA and related privacy laws require us to protect health information, provide privacy notices, and notify the appropriate parties if a breach occurs. Compliance isn't just paperwork, it's protection. Protecting client information builds trust, prevents costly mistakes, and keeps you operating at a championship level. Also remind the client that they're going to be getting notices from the carrier, notices from the marketplace. You need to put in their accurate information so they can get those notices. You're putting in their email address. You're putting in their phone number, their address. They are the ones that need to get those notices from the marketplace, the letters from the carriers, not you. They need to get it for their plan and their policy. If we want to operate like compliance champions, we focus on an essential component, informed consent. Informed consent means your client clearly understands their coverage options, the terms, the exclusions, and the potential risk. And then they voluntarily agree after having the opportunity to ask questions and review everything without pressure. It's not just getting a yes, it's getting a confident, informed yes. If a client doesn't understand what they're enrolling in, we haven't done our job. Make sure to use terms that the client understands. Give analogies so they have a full understanding of everything. Make sure to go over what the tax credit, tax subsidy is with them and what they're paying for. Let's take a moment to talk about why health insurance regulations actually matter. Regulations aren't red tape. They're the framework that guides how insurers, agents, and brokers operate. They create transparency, accountability, and consumer protection throughout the entire enrollment and coverage process. For us as agents, this starts with compliance. We are